What does the holiday season remind you of? My dad was a single father and we didn't have much. When I was 10, I asked him for a PlayStation for Christmas. He told me we couldn't afford it, so I asked for a soccer ball instead. On Christmas morning, I woke up to find a PlayStation under the tree. I was so happy and surprised. I played it all day and didn't even notice that my dad wasn't around. Later that night, I went to his room to thank him. I found him lying on the bed looking exhausted. I hugged him and said, "Thank you, Dad. This is the best Christmas ever." He smiled and said, "I'm glad you like it, son. I love you." I didn't think much of it at the time, but years later, I found out the truth. My dad had worked overtime for months to save up for the PlayStation. He had to borrow money from his friends and even sell some of his own stuff. He didn't want me to know how hard it was for him, so he pretended to be sick that day. He spent the whole day in bed, recovering from the stress and exhaustion. I felt so guilty and grateful when I realized how much he sacrificed for me. I still have that PlayStation, and every time I see it, I remember how much my dad loved me.